Hello and welcome to Best True Crime Documentary. I am Jimmy J, and today we are going to cover a disappearance that has plagued a small Vermont town for years. This is the shocking disappearance of Brianna Maitland. Going back to February 24th, 2004, Brianna was at a party when she was confronted by a young woman named Kelly LaCrosse. Kelly was a friend of Brianna's. Kelly thought Brianna was flirting with her boyfriend. Brianna tried to defuse the situation by leaving the party with her boyfriend James Robitaille. She was followed out into the parking lot and beat up by Kelly. Brianna refused to fight back because of their friendship. After Kelly was done, Brianna left the party. A friend convinced her to go to the hospital the next day. There she was treated for cuts, 2 black eyes, a broken nose, and a concussion. She filed a criminal complaint against Kelly in the following days. Then during the following weeks, Brianna continued to work her jobs and prepare for her GED test. She had been staying with her friend Jillian in order to be close to her school and friends. On March 19th, she took her GED. After the test, she and her mom went out to celebrate. They then went shopping and ran errands. The two were waiting in line to pay at one of the stores when something distracted Brianna. Kelly wasn't sure what had caught her daughter's eye. Kelly being her mom. I guess she had a friend that she got into a fight with named Kelly also. But this Kelly that we're talking about is her mom. So from now on, I'm just going to call her Kay because she's in a big part of the story. Kay wasn't sure what had caught her daughter's eye, but Brianna told her she would be right back. According to Kay, she met her daughter in the parking lot. Brianna looked visibly shaken. She quickly told her mom she had to go back home and get ready for work that night at the Black Lantern Inn. Kelly drove Brianna to Jillian's in Sheldon, Vermont between 3:30 and 4 p.m. Brianna got ready for her shift. She left Jillian a note saying she was going to be at work. This must have been a habit of these girls to leave notes explaining where they were going so the other would know. She left in her pale green 1985 4-door Oldsmobile and headed to the Black Lantern Inn. Brianna didn't make it home that night, but Jillian assumed she went to stay with her parents. 3 days went by and Jillian hadn't heard from Brianna. Kay and Brianna's dad, Bruce, hadn't seen their daughter since Kay dropped her off at Jillian's 3 days earlier. Kay and Bruce reported Brianna missing, and Kay and Bruce are her mother and father. After the report was filed, bells went off because the police had a tip. They learned that on March 20th, law enforcement was called out to Route 118 in Montgomery, Vermont. A Oldsmobile was backed into an abandoned barn house just off the road. It appeared to be an accident. Several passerbys had seen the car. One even stopped to take pictures of the strange placement of the car. Once law enforcement was on the scene, they began to gather evidence, and there was plenty of it. Inside of the passenger seat were 2 paychecks uncashed, and they were made out to Brianna Maitland. On the passenger floor, inside a styrofoam takeout container, was a half-eaten burrito. Also inside Brianna's car was her medicine for migraines, her driver's license, her contacts, and most of her clothes. Next to the barn house was a woman's fleece jacket. That was not Brianna's. There was also a broken necklace on the ground outside of the driver's side door. It is unknown who the necklace belongs to this day. There was also loose change in a plastic water bottle. Law enforcement knew the registered owner of the car was Kay. But upon finding Brianna's checks, they assumed she was the main driver. They visited her work and spoke with co-workers. The co-workers told police Brianna left between 11:30 p.m. and 12 a.m. after her shift. At this point, law enforcement thought the car had been abandoned. Just like Brianna's friends and family, they had no idea Brianna was missing yet. A month after Brianna's disappearance, an anonymous tip came in that Brianna was being held against her will. The Vermont State Police raided a home in Berkshire on Reservoir Road. Inside, they found 2 drug dealers, drugs, but no sign of Brianna. The dealers, Raymond Ryans and Nathaniel Charles Jackson, knew Brianna. Nathaniel had seen her the week before she disappeared. They were both arrested on drug charges, and law enforcement thought a prison time would get them to share more information on Brianna's disappearance. Supposedly, Ryans cut a deal with the prosecution. He would tell them what he knew about Brianna for a lighter sentence. Neither the public nor Brianna's family were told what he offered, but he received 45 days, which equated to time served. As of now, neither Ryans nor Jackson have been arrested in relation to Brianna's disappearance. But Ryan's choice to go to New York brings into question another theory. At the time of Brianna's disappearance, women were being taken from Vermont to New York and placed in the sex trafficking work against their will. Although no direct evidence has surfaced to point to this happening to Brianna, in 2006, a woman on security video taken at Caesars World Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey, strongly resembled Brianna. The Vermont State Police made the drive to check it out. They were unable to identify the woman. This is still an ongoing investigation, and hopefully the family gets some type of closure and Brianna is found. The case is pretty strange. They found the car backed up against the building, almost like it had crashed into the side, but I don't think there was any visible damage to the house. There were a lot of clothes strewn around the outside. It looked like there had been a struggle of some type. Brianna's never been found. She's still missing. So if you have any information, contact the Vermont State Police. And that is pretty much it for this story. Thank you for listening. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you and have a good one.